All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete Artist Show. I am the artist Kyle Forge, alongside the athlete, professional hockey player, Zach Boychuk. Season 6, episode 24, presented by MyBookie. Zach, we're coming to the end of March Madness right now. Our brackets are broken. It's been a tough ride for us. MyBookie's still giving away $100,000 for their March Madness bracket contest. $100,000 real cash, all up for grabs. And they're celebrating 100,000 followers on Instagram with another $10,000 in prizes. So it's not just about picking upsets or losing your picks. It's about turning your ball knowledge into bankroll. If you're going to be in it to win it, head to mybookie.ag, use promo code AAS, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If it activates or if it misses, activate your bet back bonus and run it back. 2 games left in March Madness. We're in the Final Four. Championship is on Monday. Final Four is tomorrow. Zach, Duke, heartbreaking loss last week for you. We had just talked about it last week on the pod. And then...
What a way to blow it, man. I mean, they had a 93% chance to win that game. And somehow they lost it.
Crazy. I don't understand what they were doing going back up the court. Like, yeah, they have to get across half, but just like take the foul or something. Like there was,
I just like hold on to the ball. Like,
yeah.
How do you turn it over there?
I don't think there was enough time for them to get called on, like not getting across the half in time. Like, so there's no reason for him to just try to like loop the ball around to the open. Yeah, the guy was open, but goes off fingertips, turnover.
Yeah, the other guy was open on the other team.
Yeah.
I think that was Carlos Boozer's son. Is that true?
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure. Playing for Duke. Tough turnover, I think.
Yeah, man, that was not the game that I thought Duke would lose. Like, I mean, man.
No, ruined my perfect Final Four bracket. Now my winner of the whole bracket's gone, but still exciting for UConn. Obviously, they've been pretty good. Their coach is pretty intense, mean mugging the ref at the end there, and like,
man,
kind of a pretty cool storybook ending for them. But see if they can get it done in the semis.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get called for a technical foul or something for that, because like he was literally in the ref's face, like forehead to forehead, like jacket coming down. I was like,
that's a technical for sure, in my opinion. But you don't see that in hockey because they can't get over the benches. But
yeah,
I'm sure that would happen quite a bit with guys like Tortorella and that.
I was just thinking Torts too. We can get into Torts in a minute too when we talk about hockey, because he's back since our last podcast too, getting hired by Vegas with 9 games left, which we can get into that, which is crazy. But yeah, 2 games left in March Madness. Last week, as you said, UConn. Happy for UConn, but tough way to go up for Duke. I wore my Tennessee jacket for the first time this year in that game, and we got blown out by 32 or 33. So Michigan didn't have any issues against UT. Yeah, Michigan didn't have any issues. And now here we are. Illinois, UConn, Michigan, Arizona is the Final Four.
It's anybody's game. I feel like I'm kind of cheering for UConn just because they're a little bit of the underdogs. But I mean, obviously, I have Michigan in the finals. I mean, it's such a big school and good season. Obviously, Arizona and Illinois in there, but I don't know. It seems like a pretty exciting final weekend, anyways.
Yeah, I agree with you about UConn. That's who I'm cheering for the rest of the way as well. The Michigan-Arizona game is interesting because they're both the 1 seed. Arizona's not really struggled too much in their last few games. I mean, the Purdue game, they beat them by 15. The game before that, they won by like 30. So they've been kind of rolling just like Michigan has, and so that game will be interesting to see who wins that one. But Illinois has been sticking in there too, so it is a really interesting Final Four. I think it really is anybody's game, like you said.
Yeah, probably if you're a betting guy, bet on MyBookie. You probably just take one of the lower odds guys and hope for the best.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
sure UConn is probably the lowest odds at this point.
Um, that's a good question.
Maybe Illinois.
It could be, yeah, it could be Illinois. Since they're Illinois is the third seed, UConn's second seed, and then the other two are one seed. So let's see. I mean, I feel like Arizona is not going to be too high against Michigan, but
Michigan's probably the favorite at this point. We won one of our bets recently, didn't we?
yeah, the
Was
day
that
two bet, I think. Uh,
the,
Arizona, and
the
Illinois. Was that the one that we won? Oh no,
Illinois
no,
game?
no, we won. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah,
Arizona and Illinois?
yeah, I think so. Which was it
We're on the
nice
board.
because the night before that we got hosed because we kept our bracket picks and we both took Michigan State. Like we decided
Right.
to take Michigan State, and then we took Iowa over Tennessee. And Tennessee upset Iowa State, and then UConn beat Michigan
That's
State.
right.
Tough.
We were kind of going back and forth on those games too.
Yeah, yeah. We were the one time we didn't bet with our heart is the time that it bit us in the ass. It's weird because usually it's the other way
Stuck
around.
with the bracket.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right now on MyBookie, if it's straight up, I mean everything is even, which is crazy. If you pick
It's
Illinois
all the
or
same.
UConn, yeah, it's -110. Arizona or Michigan is -110. So that could change going into
Wow.
tomorrow before the games, but so we're streaming
That's
tomorrow, so
tight.
we could see it, but yeah, there might be a delay between us.
I'm cheering for UConn, I think.
Yeah, me too. March Madness tomorrow. NHL news. We mentioned it. Torts hired by Vegas. What are your thoughts on that? That's such a weird hire, especially since Vegas was in a playoff spot and is in a playoff spot, I believe, still at the time. Yeah, they're still in third in the Pacific. So it's just a weird time to fire your coach going into playoffs with 9 games left.
Yeah, and there's not much time to get like systems down, and like you'd have to have like a mini training camp. You're basically playing games every other day to finish up the season. It's kind of obviously Kelly McCrimmon was not happy with how Vegas had been playing, a little lethargic, probably, a lot of those Vegas guys, they've won cups, a few years ago, and um maybe just got a little too complacent under Bruce Cassidy, and that's the coaching carousel, I guess. Obviously, Bruce is a really good coach, but if the team isn't getting the best out of the guys and the GM feels like the team's not performing to their ability, especially since the Olympic break,
Yeah.
you got to bring in Torts. We'll see how it works out, though.
Yeah, Torts back to the playoffs unless he somehow screws up the last 8 games or 7 games at the time of this filming. But I mean, I'm happy to see Torts. I think it's an interesting play for him. They didn't extend him either, so he's literally got a 3-month contract until the end of playoffs at this point, at least at the time of this filming, or from what I've read.
Yeah.
Did you see him come out and thank the previous coach, Bruce Cassidy, for the
Did
team
he
that
really?
he's got on the ice? Yeah.
They were texting each other or something, and yeah, the coaching thing is all weird nowadays.
Yeah, he's like, I think he came out in an interview and he's like, yeah, thanks for allowing me to come into this team, or having this team here for me to come into. There's not really much I got to do.
I mean, yeah, pretty good opportunity for him if things go well. I mean, you basically got to get at least to probably the second round, maybe even the third round for him to probably get extended. But
Yeah,
see how the old veteran guys like it down in cozy Vegas. They've probably had it pretty good down there the last couple of years. They're all making pretty good money. Most of the guys are around like 10 million bucks. It's like
yeah,
no state tax, kind of living the dream down there. And then you got Torts coming in to yell at you probably. So see how the veteran guys respond to that.
yeah. And Torts hasn't been in the playoffs for a bit, has he?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a minute. I mean, things didn't go very well in Philadelphia, his last stint. And then before that, he was what, Columbus or Vancouver. And I mean, it won the cup in 2004 with Tampa, but he's been kind of living off that cup for a long time. And
Yeah.
I mean, he was one of the assistant coaches, I think, in the Olympics for USA. So they probably got a little background from him there, and he's obviously a good American coach. But see if he pushes the right buttons down in Vegas.
Yeah, it says here 1920, the COVID year, I guess, was the last time he went to playoffs with Columbus.
Is that with Columbus?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
they beat Toronto in the
Was that when they
qualifying
swept
round.
Tampa?
They lost to Tampa in the first round.
Oh, they lost to Tampa.
Yeah.
But the year before that, I think they swept Tampa.
Yeah. So he hasn't been there in
Uh,
6 years, 6 years. I guess 6 years, 2026 now. So pretty much gets an automatic bid with a team that won a cup 2 years ago or however many years ago now. But
but yeah, it's a way different situation for him than it was in Philadelphia. I feel like he was kind of more of a rebuilding team, and
yeah,
even in Columbus, like how many pieces did they really have there? So he's coming into Vegas, who's got a lot of studs, and they won the cup not too long ago. So I feel like it's a perfect situation for him to. He, I don't know. He's probably had to change his coaching style over the years. He's not going to be able to yell at Eichel and Mitch Marner. And I feel like those guys probably wouldn't react to very well to that. But you got to get the best out of them somehow, and he'll probably find a way to do that.
they pumped Calgary last night, so good start.
And Calgary was hot for a while too, so
Yeah, which is still
not
don't
good
understand
for
it.
the
Yeah,
McKenna sweepstakes.
no, great for that. Glad. I guess the third period was delayed by half an hour or something. I'm reading here. Um, don't know why. That's super interesting. I guess an issue with the ice in Vegas. Classic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's three
Getting a
three.
little too warm down in Vegas right now.
Yeah, 3-3 at that intermission, and then Vegas scored three to take it in the third. So good for them there. Did you see what Hughes said about Vancouver? I think I said
I
this to you
saw a
last
little
night.
bit, like a lot of the guys he doesn't know anymore. It's like a bunch of young guys, and like it seemed like he was pretty mad playing against them. And um, obviously with the Miller trade and like all that stuff, they kind of trickled down to them basically trading a few other guys. It's got to be weird going back, being the captain of the team, getting traded, and then going back against your former team.
Yeah, he said this is via the Athletic. He said, I obviously have my thoughts on it, but I don't want to point fingers at anyone. I would say that the trade last year with JT Miller, I mean, he was a top 5 player for us the year prior. He had 103 points, PK, power play, taking defensive zone draws. He had 103 points, and it wasn't accomplished by cheating all the time. He had 103 points playing the right way. There were nights I'd watch him and just think, this guy is unbelievable. To lose a guy like that the very next year, that was probably a fracture of everything. And yet, on some level, it felt like you could see it coming for years, I would say. So like, not mincing his words about the Canucks at all.
No, that's some pretty big details in there. Not shying away from telling exactly how he feels. So
No.
yeah, that's probably why he ended up getting traded. And um, for whatever reason, all you hear all the rumors that Pedersen and Miller like just couldn't get along, and Miller took that little leave of absence for a little while, and yeah, he was a good player for Vancouver for a long time.
Yeah.
Fucking putting up 100 points, like that's no joke. And um, yeah, like what I can't even remember what they got back for that trade. It was just like, yeah, we got to get rid of JT Miller, and then Quinn Hughes asks to be out basically a year later.
Yeah, they got Philip Cheadle, defenseman, Victor Mancini, and a conditional first round pick. And then the
Not
Rangers received Miller, Dorrington, and Eric Brandstrom. So like nothing,
Crazy
nothing
trade.
huge there at all.
So the tank basically started then.
Yeah. It seems like there's such a culture issue in Vancouver. Like the same thing about Toronto. There's just something, no matter who they bring in, there's just something about
Yeah, ever
playing for the
since
team.
the Sedins left, it's like everything's kind of been tough there in Vancouver.
Yeah. And you look at Toronto too, they have all these all-star players and they can't make it past. I guess they made it to the second round the one year, but they those were cup contenders for since every 9 years. The 9 years that they made playoffs, they've pretty much been cup contenders for most of it. Like
And it always seems to happen in the Canadian markets. Like a lot of guys don't want to play in the Canadian markets now.
yeah.
So much pressure, and I mean, like how many Canadian teams are going to make the playoffs this year? Like maybe two, maybe three. Like Edmonton is probably in, Montreal is probably in, but then it's going to be tough for Winnipeg to slide back in, even though they're making a bit of a run. And Ottawa, obviously, they're
Yeah.
right on the cusp too. But yeah, the Canadian markets are hurting a bit right now.
Yeah, Ottawa's in a wild card spot right now. Toronto is officially eliminated from any sort of playoff contention. Oilers in second, so like you said, they're gonna make it. And then in the West, it's Winnipeg with 76 points, and that last wild card spot right now is San Jose's got 79, but then Nashville and LA both have 79 as well. With San Jose's got a game in hand, so honestly, I'd rather see
But
San Jose in the playoffs than Winnipeg.
yeah, me too. I agree 100%. I mean, it's nice to have Canadian teams in there just because I want to see a Canadian team win eventually. But I mean, you got Vancouver there in last. Calgary is not going to make the playoffs again this year. Toronto, like you said, already eliminated. So you'd rather watch a guy like Celebrini, who's exciting and has 105 points and is
Yeah,
just carrying that team to get into the playoffs. And I mean, LA too, with Kopitar being his
yeah,
last year, that would kind of be a cool storybook ending. And then also like Nashville with how bad they were last year, they're kind of a good comeback story this year. But I think I'd probably prefer Celebrini getting in there out of those four teams. Seattle, I don't really care that much about Seattle, but we'll see if they can get in.
even with your boy Ebbs playing for them.
He's just signed a 2-year extension, so he's got a couple more years to get them
That's true.
back into the playoffs. They're not going to win the cup anytime soon, so you, I don't want to see them. I mean, I'd rather see the other teams get in.
That's fair. Yeah, it would be nice if San Jose could move ahead of Utah and then Utah kind of go on a little skid here, if just to see LA get back in there to watch Kopitar, because I do like Utah
Yeah,
too. I think Utah is going to be a really good team. But you
yeah,
made a good point with Kopitar it being his last year. It'd be nice to see him get one more kick at the can.
yeah, yeah. Some of these teams that are gonna get in, like they're not playoff ready. Like I feel like Utah's not, Anaheim's not. Like a lot of these teams, even if they do get in, it's like, do they even have a chance of winning the cup? But
Yeah,
I guess if you're one of those 8 teams on each side that get in, you never know.
yeah, but the Celebrini will be a treat to see, dude. Like he's so good,
Yeah.
so good.
But like their depth, if they have to play Colorado first round,
It's gonna be
I mean,
tough.
I do want to see them get some playoff experience and see what happens. But like, do you think LA would have a better chance against some of these top teams, or even Nashville, like an older team, would with solid goaltending, would they have a better chance to actually contend? But yeah, like for sure, you want to see Celebrini get some playoff experience.
Yeah, with teams like that, with the guys that they have, and like you listed, LA and Nashville, they have those guys that have been deep, and LA obviously they might have struggled against Edmonton the last however many years, but they've got the experience of being able to come from behind and as a a last place team or a team that just made it into playoffs but still make a run. I mean, you saw it twice, so
Mhm,
they could definitely might have a better chance. But man, there's no denying that it'd be amazing to see Celebrini in the playoffs.
for
And I
sure.
also just want him to make it so he locks in the Hart because he has to win the Hart if they make the
Yeah,
playoffs.
give him the MVP. That'd be great to see. A 19-year-old guy getting that many points.
Yeah, and the next guy down has 53, maybe I think Will Smith might have. So
Yeah,
50 points
that's a
less.
crazy difference.
And then above Celebrini's fourth in the league. The top three are at least 20 ahead of him. So which is nuts too.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard not to give it to Kucherov at this point. Like he's never won MVP, and he's played the least amount of games. He's still got a
Yeah.
ton of points, and with all the injuries that Tampa has, he's kind of carrying them too. So, I mean, either him or Celebrini, it's got to be one of those two guys.
Yeah, I would agree there for sure. Who else are you looking at in the playoffs right now? Man, what I just realized, I think as of now, let me see. Um yeah, Caufield, 49 goals.
Got 49. He passed up an empty netter last night to get 50,
Did he?
but he's still got lots of games left to get that. So he should, knock on
Yeah.
wood, he should get there. But yeah, Montreal is. I feel like they surprised a lot of teams this year. I mean, they made the playoffs last year and they were building still pretty young, but
Yeah.
yeah, like Demidov getting in there and making that trade for Dobson, they've really been good this year.
Hudson's been on fire. Slavkovsky's been unreal. Yeah, they'll be a fun team to watch too, especially being a Canadian team for us. That's like gives us a little bit of hope that they could do well in the East there. But I mean, the East that's a tough road to playoffs, dude. Like, or a tough road through
Yeah,
playoffs, I should say. Tampa obviously at the top, but Buffalo, man, they've been so good lately too. Carolina, your boys there, they've been unreal. Pittsburgh's
they're
been
always a
well.
good regular season team, but come
Yeah.
playoff time, they just can't get over the hump. But maybe
Another
they can this year.
another young guy like Schaefer, currently in a playoff spot too. So he could be a
Yeah,
treat to watch in playoffs. Like, and then you got the wild card battle. Boston seems like they have that locked up, but um,
yeah, it's looking good for them right now. But it's still a battle for the wild card spots for sure.
yeah, Detroit. It'd be nice to see Detroit back in the playoffs again. Like oh man, I'd love to see Patrick Kane back in the playoffs, but also like Ottawa, Brady Kachuk. It's always nice to see a Kachuk in the playoffs too. But I would love to see. I think I would rather see Detroit in the playoffs over Ottawa. What about you?
Yeah, I mean,
Just because of Kane for me. Just because of Kane for me.
I feel like Eiserman would kind of be on his way out if Detroit doesn't make it. Like, how many years have they been saying like, "Oh, we're building, we're
Yeah.
getting there," and somehow they just miss the playoffs every year. So it's, I mean, I think Ottawa made it last year, kind of lost out early, but like, I'd like to see Detroit. I mean, Columbus don't really care too much to see. Philadelphia, I mean, they've kind of had a pretty good year for an undercover team. I think Washington's kind of on their way out, but yeah, it's an exciting race in the West too. I love to see Pittsburgh go on a bit of a run. Could be the last couple of years for Crosby and Carlson and Malkin. So both the East and the West is pretty good right now.
It's man, playoffs are gonna be fun this year. I think.
We'll see some different matchups.
Yeah, I'm still heartbroken that Florida's not gonna be in there, but I really wanted to see them three-peat, man. But they just we talk about it every week, but the injuries just killed them. But man,
They
imagine if
played a
they,
ton of hockey too.
yeah, imagine if they ended up. Where are they right now? I guess they're 24th right now, so they don't have a super good shot at getting first overall. But imagine if they ended up with Gavin McKenna.
That would be unfair.
Man, that would be unreal for a Gavin. Florida, Cup winners, the
Yeah.
team he gets to go
You
play
go
with.
in. Oh, I get to play with Barkov and Sam Reinhart, or
Kachucks.
Marchand and
Yeah. You get
crazy
to drive a golf cart to the
Verhage. Like, oh, that's just messed up. If he gets to go down to Florida,
tax
play with
free.
Kachuk and learn the ropes through those guys.
Tax free. Get to drive a golf cart to the rink every day.
No, he's gonna end up in somewhere horrible. Like, imagine he ends up in, like, I don't know.
As long as it's not Vancouver, dude.
He might. Could be. I mean, he Vancouver needs him. Calgary needs him.
Man, I think he would probably
I don't
hate
think he'd
Calgary.
want to go to the Rangers. Like, Rangers have they don't do well with first overall picks. Look at Lafreniere.
Yeah.
But
Chicago, man, him in Chicago, like that's Chicago's
I'd love to see him.
dynasty.
Love to see him to go to Chicago, but
Him and Bedard would be the new Kane and Taves.
that would be great. Bedard needs somebody to play with.
Calgary need a lot of people
And
to
they're
play
they're
with.
cousins, aren't they? Like, that would
Yeah,
be
he's
really
like
cool.
super, super distant cousins, I think he said. I think he addressed it on Chicklets. He was like, yeah, like way down the line. Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, I think it's an exciting time right now. I mean, a lot of the sports are coming back. Have you been following the baseball at all? I think the Blue Jays are having a hot start, but
Yankees have been doing
you
well.
know,
That's my team.
Yankees are your squad.
Yep.
I
5-1.
haven't really been following the basketball, but the playoffs are probably coming up soon for them too. So
Luca
they'll
just
probably be
got hurt
sitting
last night.
out all the last few games trying to rest their players. Unlike the NHL, never does that. But
Yeah. Well, Luca just got hurt last night, so we'll see what happens with that.
oh, that's not good.
I think he like pulled a hamstring or something.
LeBron's gonna have to carry him into the playoffs.
LeBron's been injured half the year too, so who knows how healthy he'll be come playoffs. It's been
I
a
saw him
mess.
doing a golf video the other day. Is he like
Yeah.
becoming like a full-time golfer now?
I don't know, man. But I mean, at this point, Braun can do whatever. Like the fact that he's still playing as good as he is at that age, it's
Yeah,
just
he's
nuts.
what, like 40, 41,
40
40,
something, yeah.
40 maybe?
Crazy, dude.
He'll play as long as he wants, I'm sure.
Yeah. He'll probably win another championship or two. I could see too. He's got his pick of the litter basically. He runs the league, so
Tiger Woods though, he's probably
oh
not going to be playing in the Masters next week.
man. Just devastating. Like
Can we
can't
get
believe
this
that
guy a
shit.
driver? Like, can we get him like one of those like Tesla robotic cars that just like keeps
Literally,
him on the
dude.
road?
Like streaming tomorrow. This should be out tomorrow as well. So it'll either drop right before our stream or right after. But are we streaming tomorrow or Sunday? Did I get that right? You said Friday, Saturday,
Yeah,
right?
we can do tomorrow. Yeah,
Do you play tomorrow or you play Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday? All right, so we'll chat about your game, the series again tomorrow on the stream. But we will see you guys on
Sounds
the
good.
stream tomorrow. And for the episode, we'll see you again next week.
Peace.